It's 5:47 in the morning and I'm in the school parking lot and I'm the superintendent and I'm praying. Except I'm not really praying. I'm briefing God. Lord, here's the situation. Here's what we're dealing with. Here's what I need from you today. And then back to the calendar. I did that for years. I thought I was being disciplined, devoted, consistent. I was being efficient, and efficiency and intimacy don't mix. If you've ever felt like your prayer life has gone flat, you're not alone. And I don't think the problem is that you're not praying enough. I think the problem might be what kind of prayer you're doing. Here's what I mean: high performers. And if you're watching this, you're probably wired that way, are trained to project competence. We summarize, we problem solve, we present solutions. These are incredible skills to serve you well in leadership, in meetings, and in a crisis. They're exactly the wrong posture for prayer because prayer isn't a presentation, it's a conversation. And conversations require you to actually be present. Today, I want to show you what honest prayer looks like in the Bible, and then what neuroscience says about why it works, and one practical move you can make starting tomorrow. So let's start with David. David wrote 73 of the 150 Psalms, and if you read them carefully, you'll notice something uncomfortable. He doesn't start with praise, he starts with a problem. Psalm 22:1 says, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from my cries of anguish?" That's not how I was taught to open a prayer. But David's not being dramatic. He's not having a crisis of faith. He's being the most honest person in the room. Scholars call this form lament. Ancient Israel had a whole liturgical grammar for bringing you full, honest experience to God. Complaint, pain, anger, confusion, all of it was acceptable. All of it was actually invited. Now, here's where it gets interesting because modern psychology has basically rediscovered this. Dr. James Pennebaker at the University of Texas spent decades studying what happens when people write honestly about their struggles. Not vent, write honestly. Name the feeling, describe the experience. And his findings, emotional labeling, actually, naming what you're feeling instead of suppressing it, reduces cortisol, stress hormone, that calms the amygdala brain threat detection center, and actually improves decision making. The Psalms have been prescribing this for 3,000 years. So here's the pattern David uses. It's been called the lament structure, and it has 3 moves. Move number 1, complaint. Tell God exactly what's wrong. Don't sanitize it. Lord, I'm exhausted. I'm scared. I feel like you're not here. Move number 2, trust. This is the hinge. Even in the pain, there's a turn. But you are holy. But I trust you in unfailing love. It's not denial, it's perspective. And move number 3, praise. Not because everything's fine, but because you've moved through the honesty into something steadier, something settled. The amazing thing is, the circumstances haven't changed, but something in you has. I think this is what Jesus was pointing to in Matthew 6 when he said, don't pile up empty words in prayer. Don't perform. Don't put on a religious show. Go to your room, close the door. Be honest with your Father. The word he uses, hypocrites, for the people who pray loudly in public, literally means actors. People just performing a role. And I had become one in my own private prayer life. Now I want to ask you something honestly. When's the last time you said something in prayer that surprised even you? When's the last time you didn't know quite how to end it because you weren't sure where God would take it? That's the prayer that does something. Not the polished summary, not the executive briefing, the honest fumbling. I don't have it figured out, but I trust you in your conversation. Psalm 145:18 says this, the Lord is near to all who call him in truth. Not in eloquence, in truth. So here's the one move I want to leave with you. Tomorrow morning, before you open an email, before you look at your phone, before you put on your cape, write one honest sentence to God. Not a devotional, not a structured prayer, just the truth about where you're at. One sentence. See what happens. If this resonates with you, subscribe. I put out content every week on faith, leadership, and peak performance, and what ancient wisdom actually says about how to live well. And I'd love to know what's the most honest prayer you've ever prayed. Drop it in the comments and I'll respond.